This episode is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 seller of games and gaming accessories. And GatheringMagic.com, the #1 resource for Magic the Gathering news and articles.
Hi, this is Jeremy. This is my Roon of the Hidden Realm deck. Alright, so this deck is all based around blinking creatures, getting value. It's really a mid-rangey deck. Obviously our commander is Roon of the Hidden Realm. Can blink our own guys. Can also blink other creatures to mess stuff up or whatever the case may be. So it's a fun deck. I enjoy it. I've been working a lot on it, so it's not perfect, but you know, it's pretty fun. So lands, 36 lands I play in this deck. I have some amount of other ramp and stuff too, so usually it works pretty well, but could need a little bit of work. Obviously just our basics. It's a base green deck. Most of the stuff is early on you want green, so hence the forest count. Playing just for a mix. Oops. Islands. We got our duels. Yeah, I'm excited about those. I have all three that I want in the deck, so it's hard to get those. Then you got your shocks, all three of those. Mana base is really not super exciting. Just kind of the basic stuff. I like the temples. They help to, you know, just kind of get rid of extra lands in the mid game, find some things that you're looking for. You know, they do what temples do. This guy is just kind of fun. It can be awkward at times, but it fits pretty well. Give me those extra white and blue sources when I need them. A couple of Guildgates, just to kind of help even the colors out. Same thing here on the filter lands, just to kind of help have all the right colors. It is a 3-color deck, so that can be, you know, getting the right colors in there. We got our fetches. Krosan Verge gets anything that I want, basically. Basically all on-color fetches. I don't like to play off-color fetches like some people tend to do, but I try to be pretty strict when I play Commander about you know, color identity and that kind of stuff. So I like to only play on-color fetches in my decks. Obviously Command Tower and Reflecting Pool, I mean, pretty ubiquitous. Reliquary Tower, this deck has the potential to draw a lot of cards, so also I like to be doing things on my opponent's turns versus my own as much as possible, so Reliquary Tower is a nice utility land to have. Celestial Colonnade, it's the only man land in the deck, but it's one of the better ones, I think, so it does a good job. Halimar Depths is just kind of some extra value again to kind of you know, help set up your draws and whatnot. And this is the land that really makes the deck go. Alchemist Refuge. When I can play everything on the opponent's turn, the game gets a lot easier to play. Thespian Stage, got to have that ability to just be whatever it wants to be. Wasteland, I think every EDH deck should have some Wasteland Strip Mine effect. There's lots of nasty stuff out there, so you want to be able to kill them when you can. So now we get to the creatures. Mistmeadow Witch just goes right along with the general. It's one of the engine cards that helps get everything going. Blinking things at instant speed whenever I want. 4 mana is a little bit, but this deck can produce a bunch of mana at a lot of times. So Oracle, it's just a good value creature when it comes into play, and blinking it is always good in the early game when I can. Sylvan Caryatid, just a little help on the mana fixing. Also, it can get bigger with Avenger of Zendikar, so it is a plant. Elvish Visionary, early game card draw. Again, all the creatures in the deck, or the majority of the creatures in the deck, have enters the battlefield effects, so it's again kind of the point. So Pilgrim's Eye, just getting some lands. It's also a evasive guy, so that's always good. One of the few tutors that I have in the deck, Fierce Empath, just helps me get that whatever late game creature that I need to end the game with. Aether Adept, same bounce creatures, get stuff out of the way. Can bounce my own creatures if I have to. Kinshiphinx, I think that's kind of the poster boy for a value creature. Eternal Witness, obviously, get stuff back when they kill it, because that's going to happen. Flicker Wisp, again, flyer, so that's always nice too. Fiend Hunter's a little bit weak sometimes, but it's nice to just have that exile stuff. Stonecloaker is nice. Flash is always good. A little bit of graveyard hate when you need it, if you need a pinpoint graveyard hate, and able to return creature to your hand to maybe reset it or protect it from removal. Dungeon Geist is a solid guy, just lock something down for a while. This is a newer addition to the deck, Brago. Have yet to cast him, but theoretically being able to blink all of my guys or whatever seems really strong. So don't have any super ways to push him through or anything like that, but he does fly, so I'm sure he can get in there when he wants to. Stonehorn Dignitary is my biggest protection effect. Multiple blinks makes me feel very safe about not dying. Afara is also a great part of the drawing engine. She turns on to be a creature frequently enough as well, so getting the card draw is always really good. Restoration Angel blinks pretty much everything in the deck, so another flash creature to do what we need to do. Oracle helps with ramping, and just being able to know what's going on, so that's really solid. Venzer, another good trick, another flash trick. Could be a counter spell, sort of. Can kind of just do whatever it wants to do. Metamorph is nice, especially when you can blink it over and over. It can be any creature that I want it to be, or artifact, I suppose. That doesn't come up as often, but I guess it can from time to time. Angel of Finality, just kind of the graveyard hate that you got to have in EDH, so it's nice to be able to have that. Prophet of Cryptix, this card really makes the deck go. A lot of people don't necessarily like it. It's a pretty strong card, but it can die pretty easily, and it usually does pretty quickly. So, but if I get to untap on somebody else's turn, I usually get some pretty good value out of it. So, Mole Drifter, more card draw, just straight value. Seaborn Muse, that goes right along with Prophet of Cryptix, just helping me play on the opponent's turn, as it's what I want to be doing. Karmic Guide, getting me things back because they die, so that happens. Acidic Slime, kill stuff. Lavinia is really good, especially against more of the aggro type of decks. Just locking everything down and being able to do that over and over is really solid. So, Vesuvian Doppelganger. This is just one of my favorite cards from back in the day. And again, a clone that can change whenever I want it to, basically, so that's always good. Thragtusk, big fan when he was in Standard. Just a little life gain and value from getting beasts, so we can get beat down when we can start blinking him a lot. Armada Worm, now we're starting to get kind of the finishers of the deck. I like Armada Worm, just bringing in another creature with it. Even if it dies, it's not that bad. You still have another 5/5, so it's pretty solid. Frost Titan just kind of locks things down. It's hard to deal with. When you can do it over and over, it makes things miserable for the opponent, so that's always good. Progenitor Mimic is really fun. Can just have whatever creature you want turn after turn after turn, so being able to blink it to change it to something else is really good. Prime Speaker, it's card draw. Probably average drawing 5 or 6 cards with this most of the time, so hence the need for Reliquary Tower also. And being able to blink it and reset it, just kind of go through the deck a lot with that. Bane of Progress, this is my artifact enchantment hate. I have very few artifacts and or enchantments in the deck, so you know, this is the thing that I use to deal with those type of decks. So Brutalizer Exarch, it's kind of new to the deck, but it just, you know, has a lot of different abilities that kind of do whatever you need on the spot. So Regal Force, more card draw. Usually have plenty of green creatures, so drawing lots of cards with him. Tristani Summoner, this is really the MVP of the deck. It seems to be the thing that finishes the most games. 10 power for 7 mana. If you get to blink it once, then you know, you just get really far ahead, and it's nice to recur that over and over. Diluvian Primordial is really fun. I don't have a lot of spells in the deck necessarily, so being able to take the powerful spells that other people are playing and cast those is really solid. Avenger of Zendikar, we all know what he does. Makes a lot of guys and kills people. Wolfall Primus, some removal. Persist is good. Terastodon, again, same thing. And then we'll get to the spells. Soul Ring, we all know about that. Kadama's Reach, just need to hit the ramp. We do have a lot of heavy casting cost stuff, so we need mana. Mirari's Wake, same thing. If I ever get to untap with Mirari's Wake, I'm usually in a pretty good place. So, plus the Anthem effect is always nice. And then we got our Cultivate, more mana. Darksteel Ingot, it's nice to have mana rocks. Top, definitely looking for specific things a lot of times, so this really helps to find them. Who doesn't like Jace the Mind Sculptor? Well, probably everybody, but whatever. I like to play him, so I play him. Sinks of Revelation, a little bit of life gain is usually good, and the card draw as well. I can produce a lot of mana a lot of times, so. Blue Sun Zenith, again, more card draw that doesn't go away. Venzer, actually these next two, I'll kind of show them both at the same time. Conjurer's Closet and Venzer essentially do the same thing, but just creating more value out of my creatures. And Venzer's -1 ability comes up quite a bit, making creatures unblockable, so it's another way to finish the game. War Shards, with all my creatures coming in play, killing all the artifacts and enchantments that bother me is always good. Cyclonic Rift, this card can be a little oppressive at times, but pretty much if I overload it, then I just win the game on the spot, so people don't usually get too mad about that. Austere Command, just kind of a staple, does whatever you need it to do. You can get around it by blinking, get around losing your own guys by blinking them and then casting it. I really love this card, Unexpectedly Absent. Pretty much deals with anything you want in some capacity, so if you can ever, you know, cast this in response to somebody fetching or something like that, or some kind of shuffle effect, that's always nice too. Selesnya Charm, probably just mostly used for the exile effect on things, but I think you have to have some of those in your decks, so there's enough things that are hard to kill. So Corrosion Grip, just instant speed, can't stop it, artifact enchantment. Path to Exile, just more exile removal. Supreme Verdict, gotta have some kind of board wipe to control all those massive creature decks or whatever, so I like to have one. And then we have 3 counter spells. Spell Crumple, obviously works well on opposing commanders, putting them on the bottom, so we just don't have to deal with them. There are some that can be pretty tough to deal with. So Arcane Denial, don't really mind letting somebody else draw a card, or draw 2 cards, if I'm getting rid of something that really matters. And then Cryptic Command just kind of does it all, from tapping things down, drawing a card, countering whatever. So that's my Roon deck. It's a lot of fun, and you know, it's just really a mid-range deck. I don't have any super combos or anything like that. I tried to make it fun to play, not, you know, completely oppressive, leaving out things like Deadeye Navigator, some of that crazy combo stuff that, you know, just really isn't fun to play against. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching CMDR Decks. Please subscribe and favorite.